year at Hannukah, the Temple Mount faithful, led by Gershom Solomon, gather at the Maccabean graves in Modi'in to light the Hanukkiah candelabra and declare their identification with the Maccabees. The Temple Mount faithful trace the Maccabean route from Modi'in to Jerusalem, site of great victory.
The few that overcame the many, by the Spirit and faith in the Jewish way and in the eternal one of Israel, we declare here the calling that was declared 2,157 years ago in this very place by Mattathias and his sons, the heroes of Israel, that in a time similar to ours, with enemies occupying the holy places of our land and Jewish weakness internally, we in this place, in the presence of our God and the Maccabees, whose spirit is in this place, we as one declare the calling of the Maccabees. Who is for the Lord? Come out with me.
Mi le'Hashem elai. Kulanu yachad. Mi le'Hashem elai. Atem hachashmonaim shel yamenu.
You are the Hasmoneans of today, in the face of a nation that's losing its identity and its God and its land and is losing its very soul, the Temple Mount and Jerusalem. We've come here to declare that we will continue in the way of the Maccabees until the Temple Mount is back in the hands of the nation of Israel and the house of the Lord is rebuilt. You, the few in number, are the strong, great in spirit and faith.
Today's the 8th day of Hanukkah. In Hebrew it's called Zot Hanukkah. This is it.
We're going to need lots of energy to follow the Temple Mount faithful up to Jerusalem. So let's take a snack break. I have to tell you, at Roots and Reflections, there are no boundaries to what we'll taste and eat. One of those things are sufganiyot, which is a traditional donut, but it's filled with jellies or jams, and now they've really gotten exotic and of course gone beyond the limits with white chocolate sufganiyot. My goodness, is that a fattening subject? But I'm telling you, Hanukkah, you can let yourself let go and have a sufganiyah.
We have butterscotch and strawberry butter and chocolate and white chocolate, and we have with nuts and without nuts, and that's it.
Which one is, that's which one here?
This is white chocolate with nuts.
Oh gosh, I have to try one of those.
Take one.
One for me and one for you.
I want brown chocolate.
Okay, so let's toast. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Oh, they're the best. They're good, huh? Sufganiyot for Hanukkah at Mafia Naiman. The reason all these sufganiyot are being packed up right now is we're going to take them on behalf of the Joseph Storehouse to poor and needy children on behalf of Neumann Bakery in order to bless the children who don't have with great sufganiyot or donuts, which is a traditional gift during Hanukkah. This is a blessing that a bakery would be such a blessing for others, and we're happy through the Joseph Storehouse to bless those who are in need. Can you imagine if sufganiyot are this heavy? Imagine what it does to our weight. But you know what? These are so good. Not only does Roots and Reflections educate us about the land of Israel, but seeks to bring us into a better understanding of the natural and spiritual restoration of its people. Throughout the land of Israel today, tens of thousands of people are in great need, both Jews and Arabs alike. In order to show you this need, we have a DVD which we would love to send you for free called Care and Compassion. Write to us now or call us and we will send it out in the mail as quickly as possible. Care and Compassion.
We shall light the Hanukkiah candles. We are in a time which is so similar to the time of the Maccabees. On one hand, pressure of all the world, but the time is so similar, and not only in the political meaning, but also in the spiritual meaning inside Israel. On one hand, Israelis that feel that they belong to the heritage and the spiritual Maccabee revolution. On the other hand, the Hellenistic Jews, as they call them, Israelis today, that believe with such a terrible mistake that Israel came back to the land to be another nation in the world, and they don't understand that Israel was regathered by God to the land.
In the time of the Maccabees and Hasmoneans, the country faced Hellenization. The land was being handed over to the Greeks, but the Maccabees changed history and saved the nation of Israel. Through that struggle of the few against the many, if they hadn't have done that, Israel would not be here today. We're the descendants of the Maccabees, and at this critical hour, this people and land must be saved again.
Gershon Solomon and the Temple Mount faithful declare their message to the nation of Israel inside Jaffa Gate, calling for a return to their roots, focusing on a house of God rebuilt on the Temple Mount. Many Israelis do not share their zeal. Things haven't changed since the days of the Maccabees.
The main preparation, I would say, is to prepare the hearts of the Israelis so they will understand that this is the main goal today. And I say it all the time to my people and to our leadership. In the moment that you will remove the Islamic enemy from the hill of God, from the Temple Mount, and build the temple, it will change all the atmosphere all over the world and open a pro-Israeli time all over the world. I have no doubt about it. This is the key place.
The Apocrypha says the sanctuary was trampled down and the sons of aliens held the citadel. It was a lodging place for the Gentiles. Joy was taken from Jacob, and the flute and the harp ceased to play. But after Judas and his brothers defeated the Greeks, the tune changed. They also rebuilt the sanctuary and the interior of the temple and consecrated the courts. They made new holy vessels and brought the lampstand, the altar of incense, and the table into the temple. Then they burned incense on the altar and lighted the lamps on the lampstand, and these gave light in the temple. It was dedicated with songs and harps and lutes and cymbals. All the people fell on their faces and worshipped and blessed heaven, who had prospered them. So they celebrated the dedication of the altar for 8 days.
The Temple Mount soon is going to be, again, the place of the third temple, the eternal temple, a house of worship, love, and prayer for Israel and for all the nations.
On the march through Jerusalem's Old City, on the way to the Temple Mount, we pass a landmark indicative of a certain Jewish desire to repossess Mount Moriah, the hill of sacrifice where atonement for sin was performed. Preparations are underway for reinstating Jewish temple ritual. Wow, this golden menorah has been rebuilt according to the writings of the sages and Maimonides. There is an organization here in Jerusalem actively preparing vessels for the rebuilt temple on Har Habayit. Could this be the menorah that will soon stand in that temple, covered with 43 kilos of gold, 1 kikar or talent?
Groups and people started to prepare priests and Levites for the worship in the temple. Vessels. We started to prepare architectural plans for the temple. We educate youth so the next generation will be ready for this great godly event.